Yo yo yo, what's up? Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Ray, and I'm just going to review with you the changes that I made for the Coins code. So if we go ahead here, we can see that we have it running already. The scene is more or less the same, the way that it's organized. The stage, this is the elements that are. If we hide this, you can see what consists of the stage. The stage is all the pretty stuff that makes up the level. There really is does not affect gameplay. It's just the visuals. The play scene is the opposite. The play scene, you can see it's all that stuff. All the stuff that's interacting with the coins and things like that is what consists of the play scene. If we go down to the main camera, these are all of our managers, just like Carter's Code. The UI, again, like Carter's Code, is the UI elements. Now, what changed is the fact that I upgraded the system to the new Unity GUI, which is fantastic. So if we go ahead, for example, we go to here, the central UI, and if we go ahead and hide this, you can see those elements show and hide. And if I frame here, you can see that I'm all the way over here. This is just where I decided to put it. So here, if I were to go ahead and grab my moving tools, you get to see that I can replace these items, and it does show up on the screen. And there are a few things that I set up. If we open up under the control panel here with the buttons, all of these, let's see, under buttons here. So these are all the buttons that are in place, and they are it's a dynamic layout. So if I were to duplicate another button, you get to see they evenly distribute within the range here. And the same goes if I were to delete buttons. It automatically changes the layout. So changing these, changing the UI and the buttons that you have is really easy. And if you want to change the way that they're laid out, so instead of having a horizontal layout and you want to have a vertical layout, and you get to see we have these little tiny buttons, but that's only based off of if we change the size here of this guy. You got to see it changes the size of the button. So this is something easy and flexible to go in and change. And let's say I wanted this on the side now. You got to see it's now there. So the entire layout is like that. A couple things that I added. I changed this number padding. This is something that we'll have to. It's hard coded in, so there are a few places we have to change that if you don't want so many digits here and here. But if you look at this health bar here, so the health bar it should actually be here. The health bar is also changed to a new system, and let's see. And this is the system here, and it's a nice setup. And you get to see how it has this lag and this animation that goes through, and then we can change the texture to be whatever we want. And the textures are all in here. So this is where you would change the textures for the fill bar. And the same thing goes for this bar and this bar. These both run off of the same system. So if we go ahead and find the bell button itself, so if we go ahead and click the bell button, you see that we have the circular bar, and this is all controlled by this setting here. And you just jump into here and change the images. It's very easy to go in and change. This system here also is it automatically changes the size. This is coin ammo. So if we wanted more coins in here, you get to see how it automatically changes. It automatically updates. Okay, so we have all of that in place. And as far as UI, that's pretty much the UI system. So that's the number one change that I fix. Now, in order to test the UI, it's easy to change these things, but how does it look when it scales? If we go under Window X ARM, This is a plugin that we have that will allow us to test under different conditions and under different resolutions. So here you have the X-arm options, and then you come down here. This is portrait, and then you pick all the different resolutions you want to test on. And once you have those, you go ahead and you open up. Well, we have to change this to free aspect. Then you open up X-arm gallery. You just hit OK, and then you get this little window here that allows you to view all the different resolutions, and they're pixel perfect. So you get to see my screen. The resolution of my screen is tiny, so I just scale these down, hit 1x, and then you get to see how the GUI scales OK for all of the screens. And it doesn't seem like there's any stretching for the image. Maybe on this background. Maybe I didn't set the background up correctly, but here are all this is what the GUIs look like on the different resolutions, and we can go ahead and see what everything looks like, and everything works. So we don't have any of the scaling problems as we did with Carter's code. Okay, cool. So next thing to check out is the in-app purchases. So if we go ahead here to the coin shop, you get to see this is the coin shop that we have here. And the way that I have it set up to dynamically change. So here, this 10,000 coins, this is something, I was recording a video for you last time, and it crashed, but here, this 10,000 coins, all the text is dynamically generated. If we go ahead and test what this looks like here, you get to see that the shop, it scales up for us. And as you can see here, that it is scrollable, so we can add as many products as we want. So let me show you the in-app purchase system. So under in-app purchases, we have two windows to go to. Under Window, we have Unibill Inventory Editor. And with the Unibill Inventory Editor, we can add and remove currency really easily. So in this case, I had added this this set of coins. Let's say we didn't want to have 10,000. Let's say we wanted 9,999 coins. Cool. And then I'll just copy my description. And all of this data is actually going to be sent to each app store. So so the information that you have here is what will be sent there to each store. So the description, the title, the price, all of this will be sent. Okay, and okay, cool. So we have that in place. So I changed that up a bit. And for each store, let's make sure that I have my overrides set up correctly. For Amazon App Store, Apple Store, I just tack on, this is just my naming convention here. If we go to Mac Store, same thing, .osx, cool. So the prices are set up, and this will generate a file for us that will send over to each app store. To set up the currency, we have to actually map the currency. So if we want to set up a currency or multiple currencies, this is how it's done. So I want to set up coins. It's actually called coins. And whenever you buy 120 coins, you get 120. Whenever you buy this item, you get this many coins. And so this this maps how much should be sent for the code. And that's pretty much it. Actually, to be honest, I don't think this step is actually necessary because I have something else that manages this for us. So on to that, we can go ahead, hit save here, and we go on to the next step in the process. We go to Window, Simple In-App Purchase, Simple In-App Purchase Settings. So from here, we just import Unibill items. And we can remove this guy. And the name is dynamic. So whatever we have here is what the button will say. So if you remember last time, if we look here, we have this 10,000 coins, and now we change that to 9,999 coins. So once we stop and restart, and go to the coin shop, you get to see that it automatically updates this for us. So making new buttons and things like that is pretty easy. And this outline, everything is editable. So that's awesome. Cool. Yeah. So as far as major configurations, those are the changes that I made. If we go, there are a few others. If we look at, let me hit Control 2. We can come here and go, I think, portrait. Cool. So we'll go ahead and go back. If we, a few other changes, if we go to level up panel, we have this animation that comes in for our leveling up, which is nice. And I think that's pretty much it as far as customizations. We have the UI, the in-app purchases, and the GUI. The GUI, in-app purchases, and the level up stuff are the changes that I added. When you're mapping the in-app purchases, there's another thing that you have to set up. You have to go inside in-app manager, IIP listener. You open this sucker up, and there's a few lines of code that you just change. So for each purchase, so here we have 120, 455, 1055. You just make a new one for each item that you have. So for case 9999, you just go in there, you copy these 2 lines of code, and then you paste that here, and then you just change this to how much you get. And you change this here to how much you get. And that's it. You save it and everything's done. So that's the new updates. Enjoy.